So I got a Corvette. You guys are looking at it. There's some things I need to do to that thing, but let me talk about the motor real quick. As you guys are all aware, I got the Molly Power Pack pistons. They're 5cc, designed for a 6-inch connecting rod. And what I did end up getting also are the 7717 lifters, and those are 7717 lifters. Got them from Lloyd Elliott. I just wanted to go with something that he recommended with the cam profiles that he was using, and so I ordered the camshaft from him and got it in less than a week. Fantastic dude. Definitely a repeat customer on his hands. Definitely, I don't know where I'm going to get heads to send him, but anyway, I digress. So I got excited, put the camshaft in, wanted to get some pictures. And then it occurred to me, I'm like, wait a second, I still need to paint the block. So I'm going to pull that back out and then put it all back together. But I'm trying not to get too carried away, but I was really excited to get that camshaft. It is a 222, 232 profile. The reason why I wanted to do that, I wanted to go a little bit hotter than the hot cam, and I didn't want to go too crazy, simply because you run into a situation where you ruin your drivability on the interstate. Okay, but I still want something that's a little potent. Right, and since this has LT4 heads, it makes things behave a little bit different than a regular LT1 head. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to be a little conservative with this. It may end up. I just don't want to ruin the experience of my car. Okay, so I want to still be able to enjoy the car, and I'm just taking baby steps. All it is some bolts and pull the cam, put a new one in, right? So I do have a bunch of heads. I've got a bunch of heads. I've got several front covers for different years. I have all three versions of the front timing covers. Something really cool I wanted to show you guys was the difference between an early crankshaft for an LT1 and later. So this would be a good representative of early ones. This one here, I believe, came out of a 93. These two here came out of a 96. This in here is my original LT4 crank. As we're all aware, I'm not going to be reusing it because, well, I don't need to, because I have a new crankshaft because I went with a forged crankshaft instead of this. So this also is a 96 crankshaft. This came out of a Caprice, or I guess you would say Impala. So the thing I really wanted to kind of show you guys was something that GM marketed big with the LT4s, was the rolled fillet crankshaft. Now, a lot of people are like, what is a rolled fillet? Rolled fillet is simply an undercut fillet. And the fillet is, let me show you. The fillet is this little end right here that is the final machining step. They roll that edge there. But on the LT4 crank, they made a big point to undercut this on their crank. And when they did that, it basically causes the torsional stresses to redirect. So they pile up instead of twisting, right? So this crankshaft is, because of that machining technique, stronger than this crankshaft. Now, you're asking, well, do I have two LT4 cranks here? Technically, no. Technically, yes. It's the same crankshaft. All these are the same crankshaft. Thing is, see, like here, look at the part number. Look at the part number. Look at the part number. The only difference between these is this rolled fillet. Rolled fillet, standard fillet. Okay? So that's just kind of what's going on there. But anyway, so my crankshaft that I've got is going to be a forged crank, and it's going to be mated up to these. And let me pull the connecting rods out here. These are 6-inch scat rods. I got to a point where I was trying to figure out what I would like, whether I would like weight savings, or if I wanted to save the weight, or if I wanted to just get an expensive rod because it's an H-beam. Well, the H-beam and the I-beam these days isn't really much different. I'm not using forced induction or any power outers at this point, so the I-beam is going to be what it's going to be. So I ended up going with the Scat 6-inch rods, and they look fantastic. I test fit them. I test fitted everything, and in hindsight, I probably should have decked the block to like 10 thousandths or something, but I chose not to. It's not the end of the world, not that big a deal. What I am going to use is these Impala head gaskets. So I'm going to use them, and that'll bring my quench right around 60 thousandths. In hindsight, yeah, I probably should have decked the block, but realistically, I wanted to, I mean, it measured out perfect. It's square. There was no deviation in the block. I really didn't feel justified putting that cost into it. And it's not like I'm going to race the car professionally. So, that being said, a lot of people are like, oh, the 40 thousandths quench, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Well, the problem is I'm measuring quench on several motors now, and most of the quench on them is around 70 thousandths. One of them, which one was it? It was the one with the older engine. That one there was 68 thousandths. No, it was 78 thousand. That was 78 thousandths. The rest of them were 62 thousandths for their quench. And I'm like, oh, must not be that too big of a dramatic thing. So anyway, compression, my static compression is going to be around 11.3 to 1 ish, somewhere in that neighborhood. So anyway, so about 11.3 to 1, and it's going to be LT4 heads, obviously, LT4 intake. Yeah, I've got 5 of these motors now. Anyway, so that's pretty much what I got going on. So currently, I'm going to be using the Torque Head 24X setup. I'm going to be replacing the computer. It's just going to be way easier for me in the future, and especially with me wanting to monkey with the car further down the road. I'm just going to go ahead and do the 24X system. Now, I've come into I probably should change the harmonic resonant, or the damper. And I'm thinking about getting the ATI damper. I've heard a lot about it. Pretty easy, standard, straightforward situation. But I'm in a situation where I need to get my rotating assembly balanced. Now, I'm debating whether to internally balance the engine and then neutral balance the flywheel. The flywheel, I'm using the stock dual mass flywheel. I have a really low mile one that's in mint condition, which is in the car right now, ironically, which after I get done making this video, I'm actually going to go pluck that out of the car. Well, I'm going to pluck the engine out of the car the rest of the way. But anyway, so I'm debating on neutral balancing the flywheel, internally balancing the rotating assembly, and there are 2 things that need to happen before I do that, because if I go ahead and go with stock, from my understanding, the Torque Head stuff will just swap right on if I have it standard balanced, right? But if I internally balance things, I don't know whether that's going to cause a problem with the hub and the damper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait just a little bit longer, and I'm going to get the torque head set up, and then I'm going to get the ATI damper, and then I'm going to take it all in to the machine shop and have them balance everything. Now, the reason why I want to do that is because, realistically speaking, the damper I've got is as old as the car, and rubber kind of deteriorates over the years, and I understand that. So what I realistically should do, I'm investing this much money into the car, or into the motor, and into the car. I realistically should give it the damper, or try to find a really nice stock one. That being said, when you get above 500 horsepower, you start seeing people exclusively using aftermarket dampers. And really, I'm at the point now where I'm not going to be at 500 horsepower. I know I'm not. But, I mean, it's going to be substantially more than stock. So, just for the peace of mind, yeah. So, that being said, I have a couple of sets of good lifters. You know, I pulled them out of good running motors, and I still, even though I know that the lifters are good, I still went ahead and bought new lifters. Now, like I said, it's peace of mind. At the end of the day, it's peace of mind. The damper is $450, somewhere in there. So yeah, it's another expense that I really was, kind of whatever. But at the end of the day, the $3,000 for the ignition system and the new damper, I'll be much happier. And I'm counting the balance and the rotating assembly in there too. So, $3,000 for that'll be really good. It'll be money worth. It'll be worth it. So as far as my grand total of my expenditures for the car, a lot of people aren't telling people how much they put into their car. I haven't been buying the cheapest parts, and I haven't been buying the most expensive parts. I've been buying parts that I'm researching. So the Lloyd Elliott cam and heads, those were the most non-wiggle room parts. I knew I was going to buy a cam from Lloyd Elliott after I got the heads back. I knew that I was just... The man is a miracle worker. So I said to myself, I'm going to get the cam from him. He's going to take care of me. He's going to know exactly what's needed for this thing. So after talking with him, that's where I decided to go with the cam. And realistically speaking, I think I'm making the right decisions, especially when and that's the reason why I went with the lifters. I don't want to buy stupid stuff, and I don't want to buy things that are unnecessary. Now, that being said, with the torque head setup, that requires a different hub. So it's not something that I would like to get the torque head set up for the standard LT hub. So I would want to get the ATI one and then get the ATI hub as well. So my next big purchase, and I'm already kind of working my way toward it, is going to be the torque head setup. Once I get that ordered and get that in, I'm going to be going after the ATI damper. And once I have that stuff all together, probably middle of next month, I'll be taking my rotating assembly back to the machine shop and have them balance everything and put everything together. Well, not put everything. I'm still doing the assembly, but basically take the rods, take the crank, take the rings and everything. I still need to trim the rings. I haven't test fitted them yet to see if they are gapped correctly. So I do need to make sure that that's the case before I even take the rings and pistons and everything to to the machine shop anyway. So I have some time to fiddle around, get the rings right, and get that all done. Fishing season for me, because I'm a commercial fisherman, is going to start winding down to the low time of year, because the primary thing that I go for is that's the season that it's at right now. So that's why I haven't really been doing much. And, that's why the car's been kind of sitting, not doing anything. That's why the engine's not out of it yet. Yeah, so grand scheme of things. So I got pistons are like $900. Connecting rods are like 600. Believe it or not, the crankshaft was a remanufactured crankshaft. Tested. It was it's a good used crankshaft, but after everything was said and done, the new bearings that came with the crank and everything, it was cheaper than taking my LT4 crank to get it machined and get new bearings that way. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. And then at some point during my moving stuff around, I ended up damaging the this area right here on the, where's it at? It's over here. I got a ding or something on it. Where's it at? Oh yeah, right there. I might have dropped something on it. I got a little ding there. Not sure if that can be fixed, but it don't matter because I'm not using it, and I have another one anyway, so it's not the end of the world. So let's kind of give a rundown of what I need to get yet still for the car. Like I said, I'm getting all the big stuff out of the way. I've got the timing chain. I ended up going with the Cloy's roller timing chain. Pretty nice timing chain. So I got pretty much all the big stuff bought at this point. And like I said, the OptiSpark isn't going to get used anymore. This is a good OptiSpark. I am going to be reusing that on my next motor, so that's going to be, I'm going to retain that. However, I do have an early OptiSpark over here, so that right there is, anyway, everything you see in the background, oh yeah, I got them too. Anyway, the quench on this thing was 69 thousandths or 62 thousandths, somewhere in there. It was crazy. I was like, what? Anyway, once I get this thing apart, it's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna really love it. It's gonna be, I'm not sure what motor is gonna end up getting a rebuild, a factory fresh rebuild. I think, let me look at this one. I think it was gonna be this one here was gonna be my factory, just hone it and make it a factory fresh block. And I was gonna just have it just sitting around. Let's check this one out here. This motor here, this block here is junk. This is just junk. Look at them cylinders. That's actually a giant pit. So yeah. And then it had spun a rod bearing too. Right there. So what I'm going to end up doing with that block is I'm going to mock that one up as like an LT4 or something. Just kind of keep it in the background. So yeah, got a 305 there. Got my grandpa's 305 there, and then I've got my 351 Windsor and a Hyundai motor. That's actually a Mitsubishi motor, but it's a Hyundai motor, 4G15. Yeah, anyway, so I got to get this thing out. I'm going to work on that today. I'm going to get everything kind of situated, just kind of figure out what I want to do. Ultimately, I think what I'm going to end up doing is going to an electronic water pump. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that, but it's going to be later on in the car's life. So basically, I'm doing phases. So phase one is going to be the torque head. It's going to be everything that is, purchased right now for the motor. I'm getting the motor put together. Everything's going to be fine and dandy. It's going to go into the car. Going to get the torque head set up, figured out. Phase 2 is going to be long tube headers, and what else was I going to do on phase 2? Long tube headers and just exhaust work, basically. In general, just exhaust work. Phase 3 was probably going to be something like upgraded intake system. It just all depends, because I don't want to overdo it with the car. My intention is to get another one of these, so that one can be the fun project car. So I don't want to run into a situation where I make this one completely undrivable or unenjoyable to drive. And, I get it. A lot of people are like, oh, yeah, just cam that thing and really give that thing some grunt. And it's like, yeah, well, it's going to be awesome if I, ruin my gas mileage and I make it to where it is insufferable to drive this thing more than an hour. So we're going to try to avoid that. So when I get the engine out, I'm going to go through, clean everything up real good. I'm going to be doing, like I said, factory exhaust manifolds. We're going to be doing factory exhaust. So that's going to be phase 1, just factory exhaust manifolds and everything. I'm putting 42-pound injectors on. So that's, let's see here, what I need to purchase. Big things. So I'm just kind of jumping around. I just keep getting lost in thought. So what is left to buy? Going to be fuel injectors. I still need to get the fuel injectors, the ATI balancer or the damper, and the torque head setup. And those are the major things that I need to buy yet. I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. So those are the 3 major items that I still have to get. At the end of the day, I liked it. I didn't just spend all this money and, get a junkyard motor, because realistically, I don't know the history on a junkyard motor. It could have been in as bad a shape as the one that I had. And I mean, realistically, unless I hear it running, unless I see it running, unless I know the car's history, I really don't want to interest myself in it. And honestly, this is going to be a new motor, so I would rather have it this way than any other way. I have yet to buy the gaskets, aside from the head gaskets. Aside from the head gaskets, I have yet to buy all the gaskets for like the intake manifold and stuff like that. Yeah, you guys notice I bought 2 sets of those. But anyway, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's definitely been an experience. I'm used to rotary motors, and just kind of a little peeky poo right over there. That's a couple of the rotary motors that I have left, that junk parts that I've done stuff with. Actually, let's go over here real quick and look at what we got going on here. I'm definitely getting a new oil pump and whatnot, but the oil pan, I need to reshape that. I dropped it and it's got a dent on the front, so I gotta bang that out. I might touch up some things. I ended up getting a new Grand Sport cover here, so that's gonna be cool. I might take and polish some of this stuff. I'm not entirely positive, but definitely something that I'm thinking about doing. Just basically disassemble that and polish it, just for aesthetics. I mean, it's been kind of grungy looking there. I don't know. Water pump was in good shape. I mean, it's definitely got some stuff going on. This is not the water pump off of the Corvette. I don't know where this one came from. Pretty sure that's not it. Let me see here. Yeah, that's definitely not it. I'm not sure where the water pump went. I am most likely getting a new water pump. The water pump that I had was not that old, and yeah, that's not off the LT4. Yeah, anyway, those of you guys who are interested in parts, definitely hit me up in the comment section, and I'll let you know how to get a hold of me. And this is a set of iron heads. I was thinking about using them for my little project with the RX-7 motor, but I'm not sure. I really, I mean, I've got a bunch of Camaro stuff. These LT1 heads, they came off of LT1. Well, yes, of course they came off LT1s. These LT1 heads, they all come off of, this one here was like a 93. And as you can tell, these here have Dex Cool in them. So they're from the Dex Cool years. That one there and that one there came off of the Corvette, the motor that's in the Corvette now. That one there had blown head gaskets. This one here had blown head gaskets as well. So did that one. So every LT1 that I come across that's on the marketplace tends to have blown head gaskets. So that's something you guys have to wonder about. Is that a common thing? It's not necessarily uncommon, I can tell you that. But anyway, that's enough rambling, I think, for today. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'm going to get banging away at this. And like I said, if you guys want any parts, let me know. Yeah. Anyway, so I got a Corvette, and you guys are looking at it.